Hi again, I'm Mark, I'm the Amateur Cowboy, and doing something really interesting here with this quarter horse that I wanted to share. This is my buddy's horse. Doesn't get a lot of use anymore. Still young, reasonably young horse. I think he's 13. Athletic, big, strong, and he's got tremendous potential. But there are some issues. Now, what I'm doing today is I'm working with him to try to build some confidence down to those feet. And that's one of the biggest problems that he has, is confidence down to those feet. And so this is the third session where I've done this with this stump here. It's about 8 inches high, I'd guess. When you're doing this, you want to start with a stump that's not too tall, and you want it reasonably stable. This one isn't super stable where it's at. Maybe I'll move it just a hair. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. That'll help give the horse confidence when he's up there. This horse has trouble crossing creeks, even what I call cricks. Just a little body of water about that wide with rocks and mud and deadfall trees and things like that. Can be a real problem for this horse. And when we're out on a trail ride or we're hunting, it's very frustrating when we come to something like that and it takes us 30 to 45 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating, to get across that. So to try to make this horse a little bit more useful to us, I want to work with him on this. Now, why would we want to put a horse's feet on a stump? I guess if you wanted to entertain little kids with a pony, you might teach that trick. That is not why we do it. We do it for two reasons. One is to build confidence from his brain down through his body to these feet, so that when I ask him to put his feet somewhere, he says, "Yes, sir, I'll put my feet there." The other is to improve the human's timing and feel. Because what you're going to see in this exercise is there's a whole lot of trial and error and retrying and setting it up and then trying again. And so what happens for the human is you get a lot of experience and practice at cueing and working on your timing of your pressure and your release. So this is the side where I'm in his left eye that we've been doing this. So we've kind of got this down. I want to show this to you to show you how it can be so different when you switch sides. Because as soon as I get over into his right eye, it's all going to fall apart again. And that's going to look like what this looked like a few days ago when I tried this for the first time. So you get to see here what it looks like, not finished, but a horse that kind of knows what's expected. Attaboy. Now, there. And now I'm going to signal on this other leg to get him to put some weight on there. So, on the leg that was up there, the right front was up on that stump, and these flies are driving him crazy. That makes this even harder. I might put some swat or something on him, because now he's got 1 foot on and 1 foot off, and that's not what I want. So pressure, pressure. Now that's not what I want. He put his foot over, pressure, almost. There, now put it down. Nope. So this is the kind of work that it is. It can be a little frustrating, but it's also a fascinating study in how horses' brains work. Try to help him with those flies. He overshot it. I don't want that. I'm going to say, nope, that's not what I'm looking for. And sometimes you get a little firm here. There's a release. Now try to help him. Pressure this leg, pressure this leg. No, now he's over it. So those darn flies, they just make it so much harder than it should be. But that's how we get better in our skills. That leg is too far over. There. Probably should have given him a little more release. There. Nope. Oh, it's really hard with the flies. The flies this year are really bad. We've had so much moisture. I want him to set up and not like that. So there's a no man's land there, and we don't allow him to go into no man's land. and we get a little rough and we get a little firm, but then there's a release. He's got to learn that's not the answer. No, and that's not the answer either. No, that's not the answer. Putting his foot over onto the other side is not the answer. It's not the answer. Now you see how he doesn't want to go into that no man's land, but he's getting close. So now I kind of warn him again. I'm like, that's not the answer over there. Okay? I know, flies are bad. We're still gonna work. Don't come into me. That's not the answer either. Now when you do this, you might find that a shorter stick with a bag works better for you. I tried that, and what I found is I couldn't define my no man's land as well as I can with a stick and a string. So what I'm talking about there, give him a break, I want him to stand here. Like, I don't want him to step across this line here, and there's another similar line that runs on that side of him. I want his body where it is now, so that when I cue, his path forward is toward that stump. Not moving his hind end around or anything like that. There, I'm gonna release. And sometimes we get a little bit, nope, that's not what we want. We get a little bit firm, but I think we get the results faster. And with these flies, I've got to be very clear to him. Nope, not over. Try again, and don't come over there. See, I'm defining that no man's land again. There. And now I'm going to give full release. Pressure, nope. Put the pressure back on. I may have to put some SWAT on him just to get this to work, because this is really bad. I mean, he's just getting eaten alive. Nope, nope, don't, not over. There. There's a release. Nope. Don't come over here. That's no man's land. Okay. A lot of resets, a lot of retries. There. The timing of your release is absolutely critical, because that's what teaches. I don't like that. That's not the effort I want. Now, forward, put that leg up there. There. I know, they're bad. So now, because he's got his foot on there, I am going to give him a full release here and help him with these flies. And now I'm going to start asking for this other leg to come up, and that forces him to put that weight there on the right front, and then he's up on here. Now I want it on the stump there, and I'll help you with the flies once you're on there. There. Now come in and pet and release all pressure. And normally, if there weren't so many flies just eating him alive, this is where I would drop the stick and I would pet him for a good 2 or 3 minutes while he stands on this, making it absolutely 100% clear that this is the answer. This is how you get all the pressure to come off. I'll go ahead and drop that stick. This is how the horse, this is the answer, right? For him to get all the pressure off, to get me to leave him alone, and even rub the flies off of him. So we're gonna pause the video at this point. I'm gonna get some SWAT, which is just an ointment that helps repel the flies. I'm gonna put that all over his front belly, and I'm going to coat his legs with it. And then we're going to try the other side. It will be more difficult than this side in the beginning. And I think, you know, if I don't want to take 3 hours to get it accomplished, having some SWAT on there is going to help. So this is the first part of this video. Now, what do I do here to kind of get him down? I'm going to just back him off. I'm just going to say, good horse, good job. You did your job, okay? And then I'm going to, this isn't critical, but I'm just going to unhook him while I go get the SWAT. So we'll get started with the next part of this in just a few minutes.